Hello, everyone. Week 2 of our retreat involves us finding God in all things. St. Ignatius believed that we can find God in all things, in every moment, even in the most ordinary times. To do this, we must take time to reflect on our experience, to look at the data of the day and discern what that data means. Being what Ignatius calls a contemplative in action means that your active life feeds your contemplative life, and in turn, your contemplative life feeds your active life. Ignatius recommends a 5-step method of prayer called the Examen, which helps us find God in all things. The Examen encourages us to look back over a period of time, pay attention to what is happening in and around us, and then look ahead to what comes next, so that we can act in a way worthy of our vocation as Christians. St. Ignatius thought that the Examen was a gift that came directly from God, and that God wanted to share it with us as widely as possible. One of the few rules of prayer that Ignatius made for the Jesuits was that the Examen was a requirement that they would do every day, twice. In fact, Ignatius said if they didn't do anything at all the entire day, they had to do the Examen, once at noon and once at the end of the day. It's a habit that the Jesuits and many other Christians practice to this day. There are 5 steps to the Examen prayer. You have an Examen prayer card in your binder, as well as a more detailed handout of the Examen that you can print out online. The first step has us asking God in prayer for God's help. The second step has us give thanks to God for the gifts of this day. The third step calls us to pray over any significant feelings that come to us. Step 4 has us rejoicing and then seeking forgiveness for anything that comes to us. And step 5 has us looking forward to tomorrow. This week, we will reflect on the steps of the Examen for 5 days. And for 2 days, we will concentrate on the listening that God asks us to do. Jesus and his disciples did just this with their ministry. Perhaps we could think of Jesus commanding his disciples to stop, to rest, and to examine their lives on a daily basis. It's a must. That brief rest allowed those disciples to get back to work with a renewed zeal. And despite the hurriedness of our modern world, we too can experience this same feeling. This Ignatian prayer of Examen will help us examine our lives, to find contemplation that feeds us and that generates our activity to give God his greater glory. It's a must in any faith life. God bless you as you move through this week.